wherever you are, however you are, I am here. That's a weird thing. That's I don't want to steal someone else's like intro, but I kind of need an intro. Maybe I don't. I don't know. Intros are weird. But what is not weird, segue, is RM killing it conceptually and lyrically. So moving down the mono playlist, we're on Seoul, which I heard that the first track I listened to is the only one that's in English because it's, as you guys told me in the comments, it's to feel feeling isolated and like not where you're from. So it's in English, which is an extra level of creativity. I don't have any, I don't have anything super cool to say, other than I'm trying to make my audio better, not my speaking. That I want to be better, but trying to figure out how to reduce noises and boring stuff to hopefully make a better overall product, because I am a product. Package me. Let's go. Let's let this is my first video of the recording session, and I'm waiting for some heaviness from RM, so putting it first. And down this list will be Taemin, Move, number 2, Blackpink, Really, GOT7, Love, Loop, BTS, Good Day, going back in time a little bit, bouncing around, and TVXQ, Miritich? I'm going to say Miritich because I like basketball, and Nikola Miritich, that's how you would say his name, who was playing on the Bucks with Giannis. Anyways, let's go. RM, take it away. Whenever I hear a fast vibrato, I gotta make sure that my speed setting is right. Okay.
차가운 새벽 공기에 난 몰래 눈을 뜨네 이 도시의 harmony 난 너무나 익숙해 내 어린 날들은 아득하고 빌딩과 차들만 가득해도 이젠 여기가 나의 집인걸 너왜 서울과 바람이 비슷한 걸까 무슨 영혼
I think because lyrics, you know, if you're expecting me to sit here and not say nothing, that's just not how this is gonna roll. The spirit of youth and youth being like a distant thing, it's just funny how that changes over time. You know what I'm saying? Like if you imagined a 12-year-old being like, I remember when I was 8, you know, an 18-year-old would be like, dude, you're 12. But then someone who's like 25 would be like, bro, you 18. And then someone who's 35 is like, what are y'all even talking about? And here's what gets crazy. Like you could be, I've, you know, witnessed this, right? You've probably seen it where you got someone who's like 55, 57, 58 talking about something. And then you have someone who's like 70 being like, dude, you got all the time in the world. So I think, you know, it's not to invalidate one's perspective. It's just to try to keep both sides. That yes, your youth was a different time, but also compared to where you're going, hopefully today is another type of youth.
오늘 가졌길래 무엇이 날 이토록 너의 곁에 잡아두나 내게 난 추억조차 없는데 난 이제 내게 너무 지겨워 너의 맨날 똑같은 잿빛 표정 아니 나는 내가 두려워 이미 너의 보가 돼버렸거든 사랑과 미움이 같은 말은 I love you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말은 I hate you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말은 I love you so 있어도 풍경이 바뀌는 버스와 비슷한 듯 조금씩 다른 빌딩 역한 듯 아닌 듯한 삶의 향과 따뜻한 척하는 차가운
Alright, another thing I want to talk about, I wanted to say this ever since I heard it, I just went on that other little diatribe, man. The keyboard sound, the synth sound, as we talked about in a previous video, the main elements of the sound being the attack, how the sound originates, then how long it takes, and how it gets to its its peak volume, and then what does it do after its peak volume, and then finally how does it dissipate? And those are your overall characteristics of any sound you've ever heard. It's what makes one instrument sound like another versus the other. And the keyboard sound has this really cool thing where that what it does is it kind of starts to go up, then it goes up pretty hard, and then mellows. So the keyboard's like wow, wow, wow. But that's not what a keyboard. It's a really cool choice because it like swells, but it keeps existing. Whereas like a piano would fade away. A piano would go straight to loud and then fade. Piano would look like a straight up line and then like a diagonal down. But this one's kind of curving up, spiking, and then not coming down, just like leveling.
공무원들 늘 헤매야 하는 사람들과 너만은 하늘 품는 한강들과 혼자 하늘을 볼 수 없는 그네들과 다 큰애들과 좀 늦어버린 친구들은 툭하면 떠나겠다 해 난 끄덕거려보지만 웃질 못해 너무 인정하기 싫지만 이미 난 널 미움과 그 역겨움까지 다 사랑해 전기천의 비린내를 사랑해 선유도의 쓸쓸함을 사랑해 돈만 있으면 살기 좋다던 어느 택시기사의 그 한숨까지도 I love you
You know, also something interesting, right? If he says if love and hate are the same words, then he loves soul. And if love and hate is the same words, then he hates soul. Right? So we have the two variations based on the words having the same meaning, right? So even though it's a variation in the lyrics we hear, he's saying that the sentiment is the same behind both. But I think what's interesting also there is that he has a different melody line for his lyrics, even though theoretically the meaning is the same. His second one goes up. Oh, might as well give you that. Never mind, I'll wait. I'll tease it. I'm going to tell you something crazy about that. It's a really cool thing in the stereo mix. Sorry, you probably can't hear it on my version that's posted. But he's got his secondary vocals over here. But then he's got a secondary pad. A pad is like, something you play with the keys or whatever. But it doesn't sound like keys. It doesn't have that initial attack. It just kind of is a swelling sound. And they're actually mimicking each other. Right? There's like him doing backup vocals over here. And then there's the pad swelling, mimicking his secondary vocals with his main vocals in the center. Actually, take it back. His main vocals are slightly off center. Like, if this is 12, they're at like 2 o'clock.
여보세요? 한강인데 가려고.
Oh, it's good. It's a good breakbeat. I don't know if you call it breakbeat. I'm bad with my percussion language. Fun fact. that I'll throw in occasion. I don't know. I don't know when I say things because they make sense to me. Like right now, and I'm like, dude, you're not going to do that. The thing you're about to promise, like it's not about to happen. But fun musical phrase. So in the academic world of studying music, just like in science or whatever, because music is actually very, very scientific as far as the analysis goes, is we have a way to label all the ways pitches move, individual notes move. There's ways to describe all of it. You could really theoretically write about music in all words, and someone who understands the language could actually figure out what you were talking about with no music notation. So on his second thing of I Hate You Soul, it's what they call one of our fanciest words, appoggiatura or appoggiatura, big ass long word, appoggiatura, and what it describes is the way a note moves. It's when a note is chilling. We're not really too terribly concerned with where it came from, as long as it's pretty normal in its behavior, and then it takes off, goes way up. And then it falls by a little bit, or falls by step. Like, if you had like a low E, and then it jumped up to an A above the E, and then fell to a G, something like that. And that's what he's doing. That's an appoggiatura. Musical term, man.
I love you so, yeah. I hate you so, yeah. I love you so, yeah. I hate you so.
Ooh, I know it's just like a video, but it looks cool. Oh, I love the Pluto. Hold on. So far on the first two tracks, I am loving where he's going as far as, I think I need a different word. I was going to use, my vocabulary of genres is actually pretty lacking. Like chill hop, trip hop, trance hop, or something. I don't even know. I don't have a word for it. Y'all could tell me, you know what I'm saying? Educate me. But just the 808 resonating, 808 being the low bass sound that you hear triggered. I think most people, you've heard it so much in rap music, people know 808. But it's not a percussive 808. It's like a doom. It's just like there and rumbling. And then these thick layers of pad sounds, not a lot of brightness instrumentally, and it's just creating this almost like a cloud or a fog of music that we're moving through. And I like that. I like it a lot. I don't think there's any more to add there. No reason to force analysis. I'm pretty, I'm proud of me for putting this first, because now I'm going to Taman, and it'll be a nice change of pace. It's kind of cool when a piece of music makes you sit for a second. Well, there's no reason to keep doing this on camera. I'll sit for a second off cam. The gears are turning. I'm trying to think about who's here. Who's here right now watching this? If you are here right now watching this, then either you just heard this and it touched you. It's probably a small amount of you. That's probably like 5%, 10%. Chances are if you're here this late, you already loved this song. Well, I'm not going to go any deeper than I love it too. I think that's a good way to go out. It turns out we're on the same team. Time, boyo.